Okay, so I drew it a little differently this time. Drew it out for you already, but same example in bigger pupil on the right, as you can see here. Again, this is the right, here's the left. And so on the right side, what you'll see is that the sympathetics are more powerful on the right than they are on the left. I'm going to just signify this by drawing this arrow smaller. And that's because either the brain, the cortex over here, is not inhibiting our little friend here, or this half of our brainstem, which includes the cerebellum and the vestibular system, somewhere in this connection there is a misfiring that's also not inhibiting this sympathetic firing. And how we can figure that out, which one it is really simple. Again, what we're going to do is just we're going to take our SSEP and we're going to try it on the left side in V1 or V2 or V3 and see if that helps. And if that helps, then that means it was coming through, which is coming through this brainstem going to this cortex. So that means it was cortex that was involved. Or if we do SSEP on this side and it helps because we were activating this brainstem, then it was the brainstem here. So it wasn't the cortex in this case, if it was this, if the right side helped. And it sounds really simple, but it's because the information from the trigeminal nerve comes straight into the brainstem in the pontine area. And it's going to do the same thing when you apply it from the other side, except that information always crosses over. And if information always crosses over, and we know that because the pupillary, the big pupil, or the pupillary fatigue, or the pupil didn't constrict as much, or it took longer to constrict, or whatever reason, you know the problem is over here. You know that it has to be on this right side, so it has to be this or this. And so you're basically narrowing this down from a larger problem to more specific triangulation of where the problem's coming from through this strategy of treatment. And then once you've determined, let's just say ultimately it was the left SSEP V1 supraorbital that helped the most, then we're going to develop probably other treatments from here to say, it is actually the cortex that is the major player in this. So anything along this pathway that the cortex really is going to connect with, which is going to be this brainstem, this cerebellum, this vestibular system, this mesencephalon, things that spinal adjustments on this side, on the left side of the body only, so spinal type stuff, physical therapy on the left side of the body, stim, those types of things on the left side. We could do just a basic left horizontal roll to stimulate the left vestibular system. We could do left complex movements to activate the cerebellum. And we could do tons of eye movements that would help stimulate the brainstem here and the cortex here. So everything we do is going to be engineered around this connecting pathway, this major connecting pathway that connects these structures together. And it's all about these pathways. These pathways are how the brain communicates. It's how it becomes healthy. It's how, if these pathways break down, it's how they become, it's how we get symptoms.